I told you about the data type base, right? We'll be looking detailed on the data types. Okay, so we'll look onto the details of onto things. Whenever you come across data type, okay, there is something called as data type. Whenever you come across data type, guys, there is something called as this one. I will come across this one. There are two types. There are two types. Okay, one is called as primitive. Other one is called as non-primitive. Okay, non-primitive, I will talk about this. Primitive and primitive non. In primitive, guys, you have all these things. You have character data type, you have character, you have integer, you have float, you have double, and you have void. Right? You have double and you have void. In non-primitive, okay, it might be structure type. I'll discuss about this structure. Don't worry about it. If you remember it, you remember. If you don't want to remember it, don't remember it. Just observe. That's more than enough. When the topic comes, I will come across union. It might be class, right? It might be enum. It might be abstract. That does everything. So this much is enough for you. It might be structure. It might be union type. That is called as user defined data type. Okay, non-primitive, or you can tell it as like user defined data type. Okay, user can create its own data type. നമ്മളെ ഒരു data type ആക്കാം അല്ലെ നമ്മളെ ഒരു rule ആക്കാം നമ്മൾ എന്താ വേണമെങ്കിലും ആക്കാം. We can do anything. These are all like predefined. Predefined means this is called as a predefined. You can tell it. This is called as user defined. This is called as a predefined. Or else you can tell it like a primitive data type. Already they have declared. Right? When they have already declared it, with the help of this itself, we are doing structures and unions also. Okay, with the help of this itself, we are cooking it. Nothing extra. We are doing something extra things. All right. So let's look on this later. So let's look on it now. These things I wanted to make it very much clear. Right. When it is coming to here data types, I'll just set it as like character here. Character here. I will tell us like integer over here. I'll tell us like float here. I'll tell us like double here. And I'll tell like void here. Okay. Now, whenever you do this, it has a size, guys. It has a size. Size for the each data type. Size in the sense it will be in the bytes. Always remember, whenever I talk about the size, it will be on the terms of what? Bytes itself. Bytes. Byte or bytes. Whenever I talk about the size. And whenever the computer is talking, it is on the bytes itself. Okay, character, this size depends upon the 16-bit compiler and 32-bit compiler. It's a run compiler. If you are getting confused, not to worry about it. Okay, just remember the numbers. That's more than enough. I will highlight it where it is actually changing. In 16-bit compiler, also it is 1 byte itself. Here also 1 byte itself. But here, guys, there is a changes here. Integer ആണ് സംഭവമാണ്. ഇവിടെ 2 bytes ആണ്, ഇവിടെ 4 bytes ആണ്. For float, it will be 4 bytes itself. Here also 4 bytes itself. Double, it is a 8 byte. Here also 8 byte. For void, they tell it 0, but 0 is also size, guys. Just be honest on this. 10 to the power of -9 is also size. Right? Nano, pico, either size ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ 0 size ആണല്ലേ. When the negative number is becoming size, this will also be 0. 0 will also size. That's the reason why it doesn't have a size. You can tell it as null. No size. Got it? That is a better thing which you can tell it. The only changes here is it is 2 bytes, here it is 4 bytes. Mansilayo. They have fixed the size, and these are all on the bytes. Okay, if I tell us bits, this is nothing but 8 bits, this is nothing but 16 bits, right? This is nothing but 32 bits, this is nothing but 64 bits. Alright, 3 bits whatever block, cherry blocks. That's so many blocks you want to make it. We'll go on detail, nothing to worry about it. Okay. There are something, these are called as primitive data type. There are something called as supporting data type. The supporting data type. Okay, those are all called as one is short, other one is long. We'll talk about it. I will not tell you now. Okay, other one is called as signed, other one is unsigned. Okay. And default, whatever you are using, if you are using character, if you are using integer, if you are using float, if you are using double, if you are using void, whatever you are using it, the default will be signed. All data are signed data. Signed means both plus and negative, plus and minus number. Unsigned means only positive number. That's the only thing you remember. That's more than enough. Then guys, take a neat chart of this one, guys. Take a neat chart of this one in your notes about the data type. Take a neat chart of this one. Right? To understand the size, to find the size, you have one function called as size of. We will discuss about this. If I write size of integer, I'll get this. Size of float, double, void, whatever it is, I'll get this. I'll be using this. Right now, I'll just intro for this. Later on, when I use this, I'll tell you about it. If you want to find the size of any of the data type, you will use this one, size of. Right? Size of. I will tell you why the size is given. Why the size? What is the important of the sizes? I will connect it. Okay, for everything, whatever I'm telling, there is some reason. Everything, whatever they have find it out, there is something called some reason. Got it? Without reason, nothing is working. Always, like you need to ask a question. Why it is so? Why it is so? Why it is so? You will definitely get an answer for that. Got it? Now, if our data type we try, okay, I'll come here, I will just look on this data type. Integer enda ipo, what this integer will do it will go here, since this is an integer, it will go to the memory, it will reserve some memory. The first job of this one is reserving the memory. And it will reserve the memory, and it will get this initial address. It will get the initial address. That is what it is doing onto it. How many bytes it will reserve it? Yes, since it is integer, it will reserve how many bytes? 4 bytes. If it was character, it would have reserved 1 byte. If it is a double, it would have reserved 8 bytes. Right? So that is what you need to know about it. Done with so much. Okay. Look on here. So I will just tell that as like int I equals to 10. Right? Now when I tell this one, I'll repeat this. Integer is calling something and it is going on to the memory. It will search for the memory. How many bytes it will search it? It will search it for 4 bytes. It will reserve this 4 bytes. It will do the reservation of the 4 bytes. 4 bytes per 32 bits. So I'm responding to the respective with the 32-bit compiler itself, right? And it is getting 1,000, guys. It is getting 1,000. Now one more question it will come to me in my mind. Okay. Can you remember all your friends' numbers, guys? You have your phone, right? Like, can you remember all your friends' number? You have a classmates over here, right? If I ask you someone's number, like, can you just tell it like that? Can you just tell it like that, guys? Tell me. If I ask you random numbers, right? Can you just without seeing it, without looking at it, can you just tell the numbers? Can you tell their USN number, university number, seat number, roll number? Can you guys just think about it? No, it's a normal thing, normal question. Can you think about the numbers? Forget about all those things. Okay. If I ask you your college address, what is your college address, guys? How do you tell it? Tell me your college address, guys. What is your college address? What is the address of your college? Government College, Kannur, Dharmashala. All right, that is how you tell it. All right. Now, that is okay. That is okay. Actually, if I tell you in actual, right? So if I tell you, this is something called as globe. I'll be just relating the things, guys. Okay, I'll just relate the things so that you can remember for a long time. Look out here, guys. This is just a globe. All right, this is a globe. Somewhere here you have a South India. Let me draw like this. All right, somewhere here you have a Kerala over here. Oh, somewhere here like this. Somewhere here like this. So much Kerala. All right. Somewhere here your Kannur college will come. Let us assume that. All right. This area is nothing but something like this, guys. You have something called as longitude and latitude, guys. Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no? Sir, what, sir? Now you are teaching me geography. അല്ലേ ഈ സംഭവം ഉണ്ടല്ലേ ഇവിടെ എന്താണ് latitude longitude കട്ടാനുണ്ട് Right. So this actual address of your college is something like might be something like this. Let's assume 12 degrees south and 45 degree north, something like this. Right? Just imagine, guys, I'm coming to your place. Maybe like I want to visit your college. I'm getting down in Kannur. I'll get a auto and I'll tell him, okay, Cheta, 12 degree south and 45-degree north. Let's go. What he will tell, guys? He will look at me and he will tell it, okay, and Ravale, yeah. Right? Why he cannot understand this number, guys? Am I wrong, guys? I'm absolutely accurate, correct, right? Why he is not understanding this one? Why isn't he understanding this one? Why isn't he understanding those address? Why? Look, this is so accurate that it's got the duplicate of this one. There will be no chance of being a duplicate of this one, right? It's something like this, guys. He cannot measure the latitude and longitude himself. Can we measure it? Can we measure it? It is hard, really hard to do that, right? So it's all the human tendency, right? We cannot remember the numbers, guys. We are all not Shakuntala Devis to be good in numbers. For us, it is really difficult to remember the numbers. Than numbers, we can remember what, guys? Name. Now I will give the college name called as GCK. All right, I'll give the college name called as what? GC or GCE. I will tell her GCK. All right, GCE. I will tell her. Right now, if I tell it, okay, I will get on in Kannur and I'll take a auto and I will tell him, oh, Cheta, GCE pono. So he will take me over there. 10 rupees, 10 rupees. Ah, okay, fine. I'll come here. Right? Why? He is actually coming to this location itself. When I told this one, he will not understand it. When I tell GCE, he will understand it. Why? Because we are not telling, instead of, we are giving a name for the initial address. We are giving a name for what? Initial address. Bangalore, that, this, everything. This is a name given for the initial address. Right? Same thing here also, guys. Same thing here also. Look on here, integer will go, it will reserve some bytes, 4 bytes it will reserve it. This 1000 is generated. I cannot remember this. Why? Because it's a number. It will be in the hexadecimal. All right. For this, to remember this number, I'll give a beautiful name. I'm giving a name for an initial address. I'll give a beautiful name called as I. In near future, to this location, I will understand by I. If I go I, it will come to here and it will access this. And what is variable, guys? Now, variable is nothing but a name given to an initial address. A variable is nothing but what? A name given to an initial address. Initial sambhava important term. Initial address. Or else you can tell it as a variable is an identifier. Identifier. Variable is an identifier. Identifier endana sambhava. What is this identifier, guys? Tell me guys, what is this identifier? Is this really needed? The identifier is really needed. Is that the identifier is required, guys? Tell me. Is that we require identifier, guys? Identity, normal. Now I'm asking the normal thing. Nothing complicated. Look on here. When I take a bottle, there's a bottle. It's the identity. Right? When I take a phone, it's an identity. When I take a pen, it is an identity. Right? When I take a marker, it is an identity. When I take a remote, it is an identity. You have some picture. You have some, like a name given for some objects. All right, a name given for objects for just for the identification. Fan. Oh, all right. Watch. Or you will come across one thing. Watch. All right. It's a name given for the identification to identify the object, which is the particular object. That's the thing. For example, Fatima is name. Akash is a name. Right? Harita is a name. It's an identifier. I cannot call it. Oh, you. I cannot call it like this. All right. I cannot make all those things. You have a beautiful name, right? I will call by that name. When I tell Fatima, she will invoke it. When I tell Akash, he will invoke it. Harita, she will invoke it. And this is how it goes on. Got the importance of the giving a name, guys? Okay, now comment here. In identifier, you have some rules and regulations, guys. Some rules there. They have set some rules to whenever you write the identifier, there should you need to follow some rules. Tell me, guys, what is the first rule? If you know it, like you can tell it randomly, you can tell it. What is the first rule? These rules are very important because like even for a class you need to give a name, even for a function you need to give a name, even for a variable you need to give a name. For each and everything you need to give a name. Shouldn't be number, okay? It shouldn't be number. Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. Listen up carefully. I don't want you guys to buy it. Just recall these things. What are the points I'm gonna be telling you? The first thing is it should it should always always start with some identifier should not take more than one data type. Okay, let's go for this. How to write the identifiers? Okay, it should always starts with alphabet or underscore. Underscore underscore or symbol undale underscore evide a minus the mole undale. This is minus, this is underscore. That is what the difference is. This is minus, this is what this is for the hyphen, this is called as underscore. Underscore idan tayaveru. Right, for example, what it is, ab underscore cd, this is correct, but ab minus cd, this is not correct. This is not underscore. Got it? മനസ്സിലായല്ലേ? ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ താഴെ വരും, ഇത് ഇവിടെ സെന്ററിൽ വരും. This is minus, this is hyphen, this is called as underscore. It should always starts with alphabet and underscore or underscore. Start பண்ணாலே இது alphabet correct ഉണ്ട്. ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ആവണം. ABC, this is correct. This is called as underscore. No special character, only alphanumeric and underscore. Right, these are all the things. This is first point. What is the first point, guys? It should always starts with alphabet or else it should start with underscore. This is the first point. I'll show the program, not to worry about it. All those things, whatever we have talking, right, I'll show it. I'm taking a tour for you now. I'm just taking a tour for you now. One like a glance thing, right? Second one is when you give a name, it's not nothing but you are giving a name. Look on here. It's like what do you tell it, like namakaranam. What do you tell it in Malayalam? A naming ceremony. What do you tell it in Malayalam, guys, for the naming ceremony? Okay, second point tells that it should be alphanumeric. Alphanumeric പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് സംഭവം? What do you mean by alphanumeric? Alphanumeric പറഞ്ഞാൽ both alphabet as well as number. Alphanumeric means both alphabets and numbers. Both alphabets and numbers. For example, what should it be? They are telling that it should be alphanumeric. Means it can be like this: A 2 3 4. This is correct. It can be like this: A to B. This is also correct. But 2AB, guys, this is not correct. But this is alphanumeric, right? But this is not correct. Why? Because they tell that in the first point it should be always with alphabet or underscore. This will be correct when you are using underscore 2AB. This is correct. Or else A2, this is correct. Right? It should be alphanumeric. It can be alphanumeric, but it always should start with what? Alphabet or underscore. What's the third point? Third point is no special symbols. No special symbol. Right? Except underscore. Except underscore. Why no special symbols, guys? Special symbols use happen. What do you mean by special symbols? You have something called as plus, minus, division, modulus, dollar, hash, everything you have it, right? These are all called as special symbols. Full stop, right? Everything, comma, double element, comma, everything is called as what? Special symbols. They tell that no special symbols should be used. When you do naming ceremony, you should not use no special symbols. Why you should not use special symbols? Why you should not use special symbol, guys? Now you tell me, guys, if I write it A plus B, what do you mean by this one, guys? If I write a plus b, what do you mean by this one, guys? If I just write it a plus b, what do you mean by this one? The meaning, entire meaning is different, guys. It tells that you are adding a and b, right? This plus has some special program background. It will invoke that and it will add it this both the things, and that is what it will give the output for you. That's the reason you cannot use special symbols except underscore. Underscore you can use it. A underscore b you can use it, but you cannot use it like this. Got it? No special symbols except underscore. That is what the third point is, because it will think that it is an operation. Fourth one is no keywords. No keywords. What do you mean by keywords, guys? What do you mean by keywords? Look, every language has a keyword. Even Malayalam has a keyword. Even Kannada has a keywords. This is actually favorite ones. Even in C language also you have some keywords. There are like inbuilt words, right? So it has some meanings. For example, keywords like integer is a keyword, character is a keyword. What it will do with character? It will go, it will reserve 1 byte. What will integer will do? It will go, it will reserve 4 bytes. Right? While is a keyword, if is a keyword, for is a keyword. These are all like keywords, guys. I cannot use these keywords. How many keywords are there? Sir, how many keywords are there? There are like 32 keywords. 32 keywords in C88. In C88, 32 keywords. In C99 plus like 5 got added, it become like 37. 37. In C11 there are like 44 keywords plus 7 got added. For this one plus 7 got added, 44. So if someone asks you how many keywords are there are like 32 keywords. Okay, sir, keywords. I'll show you. Okay, look on here. You guys are using Instagram, guys? If you all are on Instagram, raise your hands, raise your hands, raise your hands. Yes, okay. Now look on here. You want to go to the Instagram and you need to type it SkillBout. Okay, just type it SkillBout. Okay, I'm not telling you to follow, I'm not telling you to subscribe, that is everything. Just go to the SkillBout. That's more than enough. Right? Just go to the SkillBout. There's one content which I want you to know about it. What is that content is? I have somewhere I have uploaded the keywords. It's a screenshot from the internet. I have taken it and I have uploaded over here so that it will be like easy for you. So whatever guys, C language 32, C++ 60, Java 50, Python 32 plus 2, right? So look on here, C language. These are all the keywords. Except this words, you can use anything. For example, auto, const, double, float, integer, short, struct, unsigned, break, continue, else, for, long, sign, switch, void, case, default, enum, go to, register, size of, type of, volatile character, do, extend, if, return, static, union, while. I don't want you to guys to bahat it. Even I don't know it. Even I will not bahat this. We will just use this. Okay, the first assignment is tomorrow I wanted this one in your notes. Neatly after this class, you write it down. You go to the Instagram, type it SkillBout, type it SKILL SkillBout, and over there you can see these keywords. Only 32 keywords you write down. Whenever I do it, right, you make a tick mark. For example, I'm done with integer, take a tick mark. Integer kaino, one tick mark. Float kaino, tick mark. For kaino, tick mark. I'll cover all the keywords in detail. Got it? What is this keywords? It has some predefined meaning, which is already built. It will do certain task. Certain programs or certain instructions, it will follow the certain instructions which are packed together. That is what the keywords is. Gotcha, everyone. So tomorrow you need to write these keywords in your notes, neatly write it down. It will help you out for a long run. Done, guys? So I cannot use it what keywords. This is what the one more point. Okay, so no special symbol, no this one, no things. Last one, it is not mandatory, but last one, you just have a note onto it. It has some fixed size, guys, length, fixed length. Okay, up to 32 length you can use it. Up to 32 character length. Okay, character length, you can use the name for the variable. Up to 32. Got it? So these are all the points which you need to know about it. Take it up.